I spill my drink.
Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Deus Ex. Let's try this properly this time. I just recorded 10 minutes before realizing that I actually did not have my microphone plugged in. So we're going to go through the east gate of LaGuardia Airfield right at the moment. If you look at this image, we are currently about to go into the barracks and then subsequently into the airplane hangar. So we've already cleared out this whole area back here. Now, there is a back window here, which, since we have microfibril muscle, we are going to go ahead and get into. However, there is a security tower back there, which might have some cool shit in it. Maybe it won't, maybe it will. But beforehand, we're going to have to sneak past these fuckers. You can hear footsteps from inside. Alright, I think we did okay. Now it's just this guy. We're starting to run out of prod charger ammo. So we're gonna have to start being a bit more frugal with its use. But for now, we just want to get into that security camera so that we can then loot these bodies. Security tower, I mean. And we did so without the cameras even seeing us. That was skillful. Alright, so this will be the last security tower we ever infiltrate, which is fine by me because they're a giant pain in the ass. So let's just take this console here, turn off all the cameras, and then start making our way inside the base. Which we will do, like I said, we will go through the back window. So the cameras are dealt with. I hope. Yep. Now you want to be careful running around out here, because some of the guys inside may hear you, and then come to investigate.
I know I heard something.
Fuck. Just like that. Let's try walking here. Seems there's glass in the way. Fuck. Well, that was slightly less sneaky than I wanted it to be.
I guess it's nothing. I can swear I heard something. Is someone there? Nothing. I guess we're...
Juan asked me for the hangar code, Decker, so it's 5914. Tell Young not to get his ass shot off. You know how I feel about him, and I will kill you if something happens. Take care, Aaron.
Pig.
Looks like that explosion was so was so intense that it actually blew up the toilet door. That's pretty awkward for anyone who was in here taking a piss. Alright, so that was one guy. That was it. Just the one guy. Well, I must say that is pretty funny. So we can take all the darts out of this board here, if I can get a good grip on them. There's a newspaper. Right, so that was obviously really badly done. I guess the best way of doing that would be to actually go in through the front door, kill the guy, grab his key and open the door with it. And then throw the lamb at the chests. Whatever. So there's a secret door here. If you click on that brick. And you find a lot of good shit. Spider gun ammo, sniper ammo, barracks dormitory key, well we've already got that. Lockpick, crossbow, scope mod, and a law. So what can we get rid of here? Well, of course we can get rid of the pistol and the knife. I mean, that's just expected that I should get rid of those. And we have 3 spots, so let's go ahead and put an accuracy mod on one of these. The base accuracy is 68 on the spider gun, 75 on the sniper rifle, and 73 on the pistol, 73 on the crossbow. So we'll go ahead and put it on the spider gun for 72%. And we can now pick up the law. We drop these tech goggles because quite clearly we don't need those, and we'll pick up these for a scope mod, put it on the pistol, and go ahead and pick these back up. Alright. We'll also farm this water here for a bit because we're pretty injured. These aren't an infinite source of health. You will run out of them pretty quickly. I think they can do 10 points. But it's pretty tedious, as you can see here. Alright, it's out of water. This is a pretty neat kitchen they got going on here. Frying pan. Makes a pretty satisfying noise when you throw it. There's a newspaper here. Well, there's no need for a frying pan in here. Let's throw it back in there. Alright, cool. Seasonal flooding minimal, London, United Kingdom. An article recently published in the Quarterly Journal of the Royal Meteorological Study indicates the worldwide flooding from melting ice caps. We've already read that, so fuck it. Let's not waste more time. Because I did spend quite a lot of time trying to get into those chests, didn't I? Security tower key, we already have that. And he's also got one. But we also picked up... No, we didn't, because our inventory's full. Alrighty. So, no more picking up of knives and pistols. For the moment, at least. I'm sure no one will find that suspicious. We'll be fine. Alright, so let's close the door, and let's head on up. I think we're done here. Code was 5914. And here we are. The aeroplane hangar.
Relax, JC. I told the troops to stand down. That's right. I'm working for the NSF. I'll meet you at the 747.
Excellent work. I underestimated your abilities.
You work for the NSF?
Listen to what I've got to say. We don't have much time.
You got that right. UNATCO will have a team here in a few minutes.
The Grey Death is a man-made virus. Everyone up to the President is at UNATCO's mercy as long as UNATCO controls the supply of ambrosia.
You believe that?
We have proof. We need to get the ambrosia to Hong Kong. Heard of Tracer Tong? He can help us synthesize it ourselves.
You better step away from the jet. Your boss is my next objective.
Join us, JC. Talk to Lebedev. He can convince you.
Okay, so this is quite a pivotal point in the game in regards to story. We've just learned that our brother Paul Denton is currently working for the NSF, whom we were to believe this whole time to be our enemies. Paul's reason for flipping sides is not apparent just yet, but apparently talking to Mr. Lebedev will convince us to his proper position. So he's told these bots and men to stand down, which means we are free to run around as we choose. Unless the game glitches out, like in the mole tunnels, and decides that they'll shoot me anyway. So yeah, what are we to make of this little revelation? Well, I guess the signs were evident already. We were told up to this point that Paul hadn't actually reported back from his mission to the airfield, and we can assume that because, well, either he was actually changed sides by coming to interrogate Lebedev, and he was told of the fallacies of the UNATCO, but I think the beginnings of Paul's flipping goes way earlier than that, in the fact that you remember Manderley and Walton Simons speaking in the last UNATCO episode, and Walton Simons said we should never have sent him to Hong Kong in relation to Paul failing to complete his mission at the airfield. Now, Paul just mentioned then that Tracer Tong is in Hong Kong, and I think we found some emails from Tracer Tong in Paul's apartment in Hell's Kitchen. Now, Paul also mentioned that Tracer Tong is working in Hong Kong to figure out a way of stopping UNATCO's tyranny on actually controlling the ambrosia. Because he is led to believe from Lebedev that the Grey Death is actually being created in order to keep society down. How much truth is there to this? Well, as we've been learning throughout the game, there's actually been quite a lot of truth to this. Just the visit to the clinic and to other areas of the game, we have slowly been aware that such an event may actually be taking place. So maybe Paul's onto something, who knows? So we get an image of the plane, and let me just get a good look at the plane. Because, remember, this game is made with the Unreal Engine, so it's quite old, and the colours aren't quite as good as they should be, but I don't know, like, coming through here for the first time and looking that it is actually a fucking hangar with a giant-ass plane in it, I don't know, it's just, it's really good in my opinion. I think this is actually really well done. But, yeah. That might just be me, you may think it looks ugly as shit, but I don't know, I think it looks pretty good. So we got another accuracy weapon mod, not that we really need it. So 72%, we're going to put it back on the spider gun again. So 75% on that. Yeah, well maybe we can try talking to some of the people around here.
Get on the plane, we're almost ready to go. Blackmail of the US government could not possibly escape the notice of the United Nations. Don't be so quick to trust the UN. Are you kidding? The UN's about the only chance we've got these days. If the US spirals into another civil war. A pretext, nothing more. The whole project of world government, going back to the League of Nations, has been funded and manipulated mainly by wealthy bankers. Is that so? Remember that the UN itself was built on land donated by John D. Rockefeller. Get on board. A UNATCO security squad will be here any minute.
Okay, so Paul's talking about a governmental conspiracy in that the ambrosia is actually being controlled by the government. Could that involve Walton Simons and his alleged friend Bob Page from the cover of Millennium magazine? Who knows?
Hey, you're the guy the Feds sent? I have something for you.
How do you know anything about the Feds?
Oh, Lebedev, all his people right now, they're running around like ants thinking it's gonna be a raid. Rich bastard probably has some kind of drug deal about to happen. Anyway, filch this stuff from a guy's locker. I'm selling a recoil weapon mod for $400. I also have some shotgun shells I'll give you for $300.
Well, we have plenty of credits, and we could do with a weapon mod.
Here's $400 for the recoil weapon mod.
Appreciate it.
And we want to put that on the spider gun. So that now has a recoil of 0.4 and the sniper rifle has a recoil of 0.36.
Hold fire. Easy, we don't want any trouble.
They don't want any trouble.
Hope you decide to join up.
All he needs is to be holding a baby, right?
The wealthy have always been the ones to profit from one world government.
Yeah, well, Paul's getting awfully anti-establishment here. Alright, it's time to enter the plane. Let's see what fun awaits us inside. So, our objective is to find Lebedev and interrogate him, but before we do that, we might find that there are a few items we can actually pilfer from his plane. And we might as well do so. I mean, there's no real reason not to. Sorry, hit the wrong button. There we go. Let's try downstairs. Seems pretty empty.
That's the last one. Good work.
Secondary goal completed. Alright, so we found all of the secondary goals, all the ambrosia barrels. So all that's left is to assassinate Lebedev. But Paul told us not to. Some conflicting ideals here. Well, Paul's essentially making himself an enemy of UNATCO. I don't know why he'd be so quick to do that, considering he's spent all his life working for them. We don't have the key to get in there right now. Yeah, Paul is actually an agent created by UNATCO. I mean, I don't know why he'd be so quick to turn on them. Private quarters nano key. The article about the helicopters seems to be pretty far-reaching. And could that be Lebedev? Could be. He's the only person we've seen in here at the moment. There's a data cube down here first, though. 1. Decker let me know that CLoWnn dropped off a canister recovered during the operation. Decker wasn't sure what it was, but he put it in a suspension crate on board the plane, coded to 9905. Figured you'd know what to do with it. See you soon, Aaron. Well, if you remember, we did find 9905 in an email a very long time ago. I can even prove it to you. Because I wrote it down there. 9905, Ambrosia, with a question mark. It is not for the Ambrosia, though there is some close by. It is actually for this augmentation canister. Well, since there's no medbots around here, we're going to have to wait before we install it. But this has both EMP shield and ballistic protection. An augmentation canister. No, I've already read that. Okay, so we're going to have to wait for a medbot before we can install this. So I guess all that's left is to shoot the shit with Lebedev before shooting the shit out of Lebedev. But Paul seems to think he has something worthwhile to listen to, so we might as well give a dying man the humour of hearing him out.
I surrender.
What?
Easy now, Agent. UNATCO has a policy against killing unarmed prisoners. We have much to learn from each other.
We're assuming control of the airfield. The vaccine will be returned to the international authorities.
Don't you want to hear why your brother came over to our side?
He makes his own decisions.
You know he wouldn't betray UNATCO without a reason.
Good work. Now finish the job.
He surrendered. He's an unarmed prisoner. UNATCO policy protects him.
Terminate the prisoner, Agent. If you are too afraid, you are ordered to return to base on Manderley's authority. There is a helicopter waiting.
Okay, so we've completed the objective. Almost. And we now need to go to the helicopter at the airfield.
I have the command here now.
Okay. Let's talk to Lebedev for a bit longer.
If you know something, just tell me.
The question you've got to ask, I'm surprised you haven't, is the obvious one. Who am I? Who made me, and for what purpose?
UNATCO has briefed me on my augmentations. Get to the point.
Return to base, Agent Denton. I will handle this.
Your parents were murdered precisely because they could have told you the correct answer to that question.
That's a pretty big claim.
You didn't have parents. The ones you knew were employees. You were made by a cabal of technophiles so crazed for power that they would control not only governments and people, but the chemistry of our bodies as well.
Leave us, Agent. Now. You are worthless if you cannot obey a simple order.
Okay, things are getting pretty heated in here. Anna's pressuring us to kill the guy, and he seems to have valuable information about our parents and JC's origin. So
This man will receive a speedy trial.
I wouldn't... Yeah, sure he will, Anna. I wouldn't be so quick as to dismiss what he is saying, because he might hold the key to our past. I mean, why wouldn't we hear him out?
Sounds like a picture-perfect description of the NSF.
Think bigger, Agent. Think global.
You have disobeyed a direct order.
Do you think it's an accident that the cure for the global plague is owned by a single corporation, and that it's kept so secret that only the tabloids dare print a story suggesting it exists?
The supply is limited. That doesn't mean there's a conspiracy.
But where does that corporation manufacture the cure? And where did your brother uncover the information that brought him over to our side?
Go on.
I can tell by the expression on your friend's face that she knows where I'm heading. UNATCO is completely correct to think that Tracer Tong will soon understand Ambrosia. He was the one who was going to receive this shipment.
Why tell me all this?
I've said nothing that UNATCO won't find on this plane's computer. But here's the secret. This is what Paul was so interested to hear from Tracer Tong.
Manderley will be disappointed in your insubordination.
Anna, no!
That is what happens to a prisoner who tries to escape. Go to the helicopter now, Agent Denton. It is waiting at the airfield.
Fuck you, bitch.
Get to the helicopter. Manderley will want to see you.
Okay, so that is one of the ways of completing this objective. Manderley is not going to be very happy with us.
I have never had this much difficulty with a trainee in my life.
Right. So let's save that.
I have told Manderley 1,000 times, augmentations do not make an agent.
Because this is the way that we're actually going to play the game. So, I'm going to end the episode here. No, I'm not. Alright, ignore me. Back in a second.
I have told Manderley 1,000 times, augmentations do not make an agent. Get to the helicopter. Manderley will want to see you.
Yes, okay. So, it is possible even to kill Anna while leaving Lebedev alive, but it's not easy to do, because if you leave the room so that Anna doesn't kill you, she will actually shoot Lebedev first, so...
Proceed to the helipad. We know your brother was here. He is gone, but we will find him.
Right. And, so Paul's disappeared, and Gunther's part of the new crew. Let's go talk to the UNATCO troops, see if they know anything about Paul's defection.
All clear, sir.
Doesn't look like it. So that message from Gunther will change if you kill Anna. He'll kind of go on this sort of revenge spree and proclaim you to be his revenge target.
All clear, sir.
And Gunther will set up a personal vendetta against you. But for now, we didn't kill Anna, we didn't do that. So we're just playing along the normal route of the game. Of course, the other way of completing the objective is to actually kill Lebedev yourself, but that doesn't yield any result that we haven't already seen. So here's Gunther.
Manderley has assigned me the peacekeeping occupation of the airport.
Standard procedure, it appears. I'm sure we can count on you.
I want to be the one to execute Lebedev.
Some bad news. Agent Navarra beat you to it.
Yes, of course. I will congratulate her.
Hey, about my brother.
A shame that we have to track down and kill one of our most advanced agents. At least we have one of you left.
Don't you think we should give Paul a chance to explain himself? He's been with UNATCO for years.
Only one thing can happen when you break your oath to the Coalition.
I find it hard to believe that Gunther actually finds it a shame to hunt down and kill anyone, regardless of who they are, but... Anyway, he says he's a little sorry for the event.
I have requested the assignment of the Paul Denton assassination.
Yeah, see, there you go. Cool, Gunther, just run around and try and kill my brother. Sure, I won't do anything about it. Fuck you, you son of a bitch. Alright, so this is the end of the airfield level. We should be heading back to UNATCO to go get an earful from Manderley for the fact that we did not kill Lebedev, and we let Anna do it. But regardless, he's dead, so fuck the world, I'm done. Alright, see you next time.
I have the command here now.
Right, so the other way of completing this objective is one that you may not expect, but Deus Ex allows you to do this, even though there's no real indication that you can. So...
this will be easy.
Will it, Anna? Will it? So, we just killed Anna. Let's see how that goes down.
Jesus, JC, that was Agent Navarre. She was out of line there about the execution, but... oh my god. Manderley will have you shot. We have to erase the log files. I don't like this, but I'll protect you this time. I guess you have to stand up for what you believe.
Right, so... of course, the game will allow you to kill Anna and get away with it. And indeed, if you do kill her, well, let's just say it makes the game a little bit easier later on. However, that's not what we're going to do, is it? So, let's load up our other save,